Stop scrolling. If you are hearing this message right now, don't leave yet. You may think you are watching just another story. But sometimes, the message we hear at the right moment can make us look at our life differently. For months, Daniel had been waiting. He had prayed. He had asked God for direction. He had asked for a sign. But every morning looked the same. Nothing changed. No new opportunity. No breakthrough. No clear answer. Daniel slowly began to wonder. Has God forgotten me? One night, he sat alone in his room and whispered, God, if you are still with me, please show me. The next morning, something strange happened. Daniel woke up earlier than usual. He didn't know why, but he felt a strong feeling inside him telling him to leave the house. He almost ignored it. But then he remembered his prayer from the night before. So he got dressed and walked outside. He didn't have a plan. He simply followed the feeling in his heart. A few minutes later, he found himself standing outside a small coffee shop he had never visited before. Daniel walked inside. He ordered a coffee and sat near the window. Everything seemed completely normal. Until the door opened. An elderly man walked into the cafe. He looked around the room. Then his eyes stopped on Daniel. The man slowly walked toward him. Daniel looked behind himself, wondering if the man was actually looking at someone else. But the man stopped directly in front of him. Then he said something Daniel would never forget. I've been looking for you. Daniel froze. I'm sorry, do I know you? The man smiled. No. But I know about your prayer. Daniel's heart began beating faster. How? The man sat down and placed an old Bible on the table. Then he said, Last night, you asked God for a sign. Daniel couldn't speak. Nobody knew about that prayer. Not his family. Not his friends. Nobody. The old man opened the Bible and pointed to a passage. Sometimes, he said, God doesn't give us the answer we expect. Sometimes he sends an unexpected person. An unexpected conversation. An unexpected opportunity. And we only understand it later. Daniel stared at the Bible. For the first time in months, he felt something he had almost forgotten. Hope. The man continued. You have been asking God why the door hasn't opened. But perhaps the door was never closed. Perhaps you were simply being prepared to walk through it. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. He whispered. What am I supposed to do? The old man looked directly into his eyes. Go home. Daniel was confused. Go home? Yes. Tonight, you will receive something you've been waiting for. Daniel stood up. Before leaving, he turned around and asked, Who are you? The old man smiled. You don't need to know my name. Just remember this. What feels like a delay may be preparation. Daniel walked out of the cafe. If you are hearing this message right now, maybe it is not by accident. For months, Daniel had been waiting for an answer. He prayed every day. God, please show me what I should do. But nothing changed. No breakthrough. No opportunity. No clear sign. One night, Daniel looked toward the sky and whispered, God, if you are still with me, please give me a sign. The next morning, something strange happened. Daniel woke up earlier than usual. He felt a strong feeling telling him to leave the house. He didn't understand it, but he decided to follow it. He walked into a small coffee shop near his home. He ordered a coffee and sat quietly near the window. Everything seemed normal. Until an elderly man walked through the door. The man looked around the room. Then he suddenly stopped. His eyes were fixed on Daniel. He walked toward him and said, I've been looking for you. Daniel was shocked. Do I know you? The man smiled. No. But I know about your prayer. Daniel's heart started beating faster. How? The old man placed an old Bible on the table. Then he said, Last night, you asked God for a sign. Daniel couldn't believe it. Nobody knew about that prayer. The man opened the Bible and said, Sometimes God doesn't answer us in the way we expect. Sometimes He sends a person, a conversation, an opportunity. And sometimes, what looks like a random meeting is actually a moment that changes everything. Daniel looked at him with tears in his eyes. Then what should I do? The old man smiled. Go home. Why? Because something is waiting for you. Daniel quickly left the cafe. When he reached home, he noticed an envelope lying near his door. His name was written on it. He opened it. And his hands began to shake. Inside was something he had been waiting for months. But there was one question. Who sent it? And how did that mysterious old man know about it before Daniel even saw it? Have you ever felt like God has forgotten you? You pray, you wait, but nothing seems to change. Daniel felt exactly the same way. One rainy morning, he took a different road to work and saw an old man sitting alone with a Bible. The man looked at Daniel and said, You've been waiting for an answer. Daniel was shocked. How do you know? The old man smiled and said, Because God has not forgotten you. He is preparing you. Then he gave Daniel 4 words. Do not stop walking. The next day, Daniel received an unexpected opportunity that completely changed his life. Years later, he realized something important. Sometimes God doesn't change your situation immediately. He changes you first. So if you are waiting right now, don't give up. Your delay is not your ending. Your story is not over. The old chapter may be ending, and your new chapter may be beginning. Keep praying. Keep believing. And above all, do not stop walking. Amen.